Hi, it's Mr. Rowe. Can you bend solid brass bar with heat without breaking it? Brass. So I have a project where I need to bend brass 1-inch round bar, and it's creating these foot rails for a cannabis shop. Anyway, my plan is to use my Propane Forge that you can see here. You can watch my video of how I made that, and it has my Propane Forge burner right there. So I've never measured the temperature of this forge, so I'm planning on protecting the bar, the brass bar inside that square tube, just kind of give it a little heat shield. But it was taking forever, so I gave up, and I'm just gonna put her in there and see what happens. So I pull it out thinking I'm gonna check the temperature, and it's freaking half melted. And like it's sagging under its own weight and all deformed. It's so out of round now, I can't even get the pipe on it. Yeah, that'll help. Nope. I wouldn't keep messing with it. Okay, so that didn't work. Should go back to plan A. Should have left the pipe in there. Way too hot. Okay, so I've given up on trying to get it hot enough inside the pipe. It's blocking too much of the heat, I guess. Again. So I'm gonna just carefully, while rotating, so the heat doesn't concentrate in one spot. So I did some Google searches to find out what the proper temperature should be for bending brass, and all I found was that you can't bend brass using heat. So this time I'm gonna bend it the other way, which I realized I wasn't drawing it last time. So I have a little line marked there where I want to end, and we'll pull this around. So hopefully it draws around on the pipe. Ooh, what's gonna happen? Come on, baby, you can do it. So I got a decent radius, but it's not the right one. It's hot. If I learned my lesson last time or not. So there we go. Okay, so I want to improve this bend just a little bit. The radius isn't quite right. So what I have now is this hydraulic jack. I think it's like a 10-ton, something like that. I had to rob the hoses for the jack off of my hydraulic forklift snowblower. This plate welded on here, and an angle iron on there just in case of a hydraulic surprise. I like hydraulic surprises. And then this block is going to go in there, so I got to reheat this up, give that a little That is a good looking flame. Okay, so I expected a little bit of smoke. So this completely took me by surprise. I have no idea that it was going to smoke this much. There's like jets of smoke shooting out from the piece of wood. In about 2 minutes, the entire shop had like a smoke layer at about 10 feet high. Okay, so I'm a lot happier with the bend now. And now it's just covered in some molten black tar stuff. So I got it down to a little bit of a system. I didn't heat it up as hot. It was definitely getting easier after I figured out I just used the end of the wood. That seemed to keep the smoke down, and it wasn't as hot. So the other ones were a lot easier and faster. Okay, so we have the 3 with the bends on one end. I have to do the other end now. And I cannot forget to put the feed on before I do the bend. Keep reminding myself. Okay, so I did a little math and I figured out exactly where I want to start the bend. I want to try and match up the proper shape, but if I'm a little off, it's not the end of the world because it's not fitting between where this is being mounted. I have a little bit of leeway. So, sounds like a standard's being lowered.
A few of these brackets and clamps on here because I want to make sure that I have this so they'll be in the same relationship with each other. Okay, so because I have the extra length that needs to be trimmed later, that's one thing I like about my Forge. It has doors on the back as well, so you can do pass-through of longer items.
So this is where it really sucks if it breaks doing the second bend.
Okay, come on. I'm a little bit short, just by a smidge, so it won't go into the jig. And I got a little bit of a wobble there. It's not quite flat. So I can tweak that. I'm gonna have to reheat it first though. I'm gonna be good with the length. It's close. We're talking like an 1/8 out. Jesus. Right through my frickin' pants.
Nylon pants.
And my underwear. Hot.
One of the foot rails is 16.5 feet long, and so it'll be 2 pieces. So I only had to do a bend on one end, which is a lot easier, and then they'll be spliced together in the middle and hidden by one of the brass feet, so you can't see the center seam. Anyway, it was fairly straightforward. So I'm just using my Magdro lathe. You can watch my video about that. Just give it another little buff to pretty it up. So I had this jig kicking around, some wooden V blocks from a casino cash cage I did a while ago, and transform it into a handy little jig to do the drilling and tapping of the ends. I love that I have this jig kicking around. It even has space for the brass feet. Amazing. So if you've come this far, you need to like and subscribe. I'm going to be making other videos showing this and other cool items installed in this cannabis shop. There's a large brass security cage made with the same brass material. I think it's going to look amazing. So here's a sneak peek of the final look. A few imperfections here and there give it kind of an antiqued feel. I think it's beautiful. Mr. Rowe would like to hear your comments and suggestions, so scroll down past all the other videos to the comment section and leave some for me.